My name's DJ PROLIX and you're listening to Bass Island.
It's a pleasure to be here with PROLIX tonight. Welcome to Milan.
Thank you very much for having me. I think this is my third or fourth time in Milan and probably my, 20th time in Italy or something. I played it quite a lot and I'm really fortunate to be able to do so because it's one of my favourite places to come and play.
Okay, so let's go back to the very beginning. When did it all start and how? Do you remember your first drum and bass song that you heard or your first concert?
Yeah, I think it was probably in about 1997 listening to Jumping Jack Frost and Aphrodite at a rave in Brighton, and I think that was like my first drum and bass experience. And at that time I was listening to a lot of kind of like rock and metal, and in terms of like dance music I was listening to like The Prodigy and kind of other kind of borderline electronic kind of rock acts. But in terms of kind of like club music, I never was really into like house or anything like that. And when I first heard drum and bass, I knew that that was kind of like the music for me. You know, it just had all the energy that kind of I loved about rock music and metal and stuff like that. And the vibe in the place was just brilliant, and I've never looked back really. So.
Wow, wicked. And how do you feel young people perceive the music now? I mean, how has the way people feel the music changed?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think kind of drum and bass for me, like, I've been doing it for so long and listening to it for so long that now kind of a new generation of people have come through, and maybe they don't see it, drum and bass in the same way that I do. And especially on a night like tonight, I look around the crowd, there's a lot of people that are into dubstep, and you know, I don't write dubstep, and I don't really listen to it that much, and so it's kind of like a newer generation listening to it. So drum and bass always seems like slightly older kind of crowd. I mean, I'm a bit older, I'm like 33 now, so like some of the people that are in here are obviously like 18.
Yeah.
And like I feel like a bit old sometimes. I try not to, but it changes country to country, and you know, different kind of venues and different events.
And you're known for your amazing production skills and also for your DJing skills.
Did you ask that question?
Yes, I did, of course. What do you use to produce and what do you use to play live?
Okay, my ears and my hands. No, that's not true. Okay, right, so production-wise, I use Keybase and like on a PC, and I did have some hardware, but I sold it all. So it's just kind of all computer software, basically. Good pair of monitors, good computer, that's pretty much all you need to start. That would be my advice to anyone who's starting out today. If you want to start writing drum and bass or any kind of electronic music, buy the most expensive pair of monitors you can get and the fastest computer you can get, and then start from there. And as for DJing, I just use CDJs. I'm not using a laptop because I think it makes you look like you're checking your emails.
You're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, yeah, I don't like it at all.
And then my other question is, are there any artists that you like to collaborate with?
Yeah, one of my favourite artists, I'm trying to get him to do a remix for my label. If you're listening to this, please do it, and that's Break. I really love his tunes, and he's not like that mainstream, but I just think he's probably like, he's one of my favourite drum and bass artists really ever. Every tune that he does is just, I really like his production. So he would be like the one I'd like to get into a studio with. I've had the privilege of of working with some really good guys anyway. But you know, like recently I've had like Klute come round, and he's like really well respected and done collaborations with Gridlock, and he's like, you know, someone who I'd always wanted to work with, and now he's, you know, I can consider him as a friend kind of thing. Yeah, it's just weird how, you know, things like that work out, and yeah, I think it would be Break, definitely, yeah.
What other plans for the future do you have?
Plans for the future? I've got a few projects in the making now. An EP that's coming out on Players soon with MC Copper. I've got a release from Commercial Suicide that's basically just about to come out. A 12 with Klute, or a single with Klute that's just about to come out, or just has come out. A tour of Australia next month, which I'm looking forward to.
Wow.
And just like weekend gigs and stuff that are kind of going on.
Well, thank you very much. That was great.
Yeah, thanks for having me.